expect things to return to calm after you just kicked out the political opposition leader, who's way more popular than you guys in opinion polls right now?
I want to recap that the leader of the opposition has used extreme language, has used sayings and slogans that we have never seen before in Canada. We have never experienced before in Canada this level of extreme right-wing rhetoric. And I would just say to all of you and to all Canadians that it is not normal what we are seeing. And we have to avoid making this seem banal or some sort of normal part of political back and forth. This is not what that is. This is violent rhetoric, this is extreme rhetoric, and this is rhetoric that must absolutely no longer be in our politics.
What did you make of this slight retraction?
Which slight retraction?
When Pierre Poilievre changed his wording.
Well, that's not what he was asked to do by the Speaker, who's elected by all of us to apply the rules and apply them evenly. And we urge the Speaker to continue to apply the rules and to apply them to all members of the House.
You're saying his speech was extreme and violent. What part of it was extreme and violent? He said wacko. Is that what you're saying? He's extreme and violent?
You were there for the same question period as me. He basically accused the Prime Minister of having policies to murder people and to have people die. That is after a week. I think you missed the first part of this, where he's cultivating the violent, extreme white nationalist right, where yesterday, with a wink and a nod, he's threatening to rip up our Constitution and our charter rights. So this is not normal, and I would ask and urge us all to not normalize this. This is not banal what's going on.
Likely he or at least some members of his party are going to come out in a few minutes and accuse you guys of tyranny. How would you respond to that?
I would say that that is not normal language. We are in a democracy. We are participating every day here in a democratic exercise. We're voting on budgets, we're passing laws, we're debating them in a completely conventional way. The language being applied to situations in Canada is not normal. These people find advantage, somehow, for some reason, in getting people all jacked up. This leader of the opposition is using terms and terminology that should not be part of our discourse, and we should not normalize it. Thank you very much.
To a point where you can bring Parliament back to a functioning state. Right now, it is not functioning. What is
well, what's not functioning about it? What is not functioning is that the Conservatives...
But what part of this, what part responsibility do you guys take on the government benches for letting it get to this state, and how do you get it back to a place where Canadians can look at Parliament and say, that works?
I would say to you that any objective analysis of this situation, would take you to the extreme terminology and language and tactics that are being used by the right wing in this country and that have unfortunately been imported into this chamber by Conservatives in this country. This is violent rhetoric. This is damaging rhetoric. This is meant to provoke extreme reactions, and we hope that the Conservatives come back to normal. Thank you very much.